At 24, Enrique Iglesias is the best-selling Latin recording artist in the world. Growing up in Miami, he knew he wanted to be a singer, but kept the dream a secret even to his family. When he sent his music out to record companies, he opted not to use his famous family name, calling himself Enrique Martinez. The plan worked, and his first 3 Spanish-language albums went platinum, selling 14 million records. Last year, he released his first mixed-language single. Here is a clip. The single shot to #1 on the Billboard chart and ensured great success for his first English-language album, Enrique. I am pleased to have him on this broadcast at long last. Welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
What is happening in Latin music? I mean, is this all new, or is it just that America's discovering it?
I think it's been there. I think what's starting to pop up is the Latino culture in the U.S. You know, there's so many Latinos all over the U.S. I mean, there's like 30 million.
Yeah.
And the biggest cities in the U.S., whether it's New York, Miami, L.A., they're mainly populated by Latinos.
Yeah.
And it was bound to pop sooner or later. Whether your music, it doesn't even come down to the music. It comes down to the culture itself.
It sure does. I mean, the political impact of Latinos in America is just increasing exponentially.
You can definitely tell by the by the votes.
Yeah. Did you know, I mean, way back when, that because of family, because of your own interest, that you would eventually start a singing career?
I knew I was going to take this road one way or another. As a little kid, all I used to do is write songs.
Yeah.
So whether I was going to become a singer, a songwriter, I didn't know. I just knew I was going to take this road.
Because it was...
I was just attracted to music. Music was really the only way I knew how to express myself. I just knew I loved it. It's really what made me happy.
At the beginning, when you sent out the albums, did anybody know that this was Julio Iglesias' son, or?
No, I gotta be honest, some people did know, and some people didn't, but I got rejected by both anyways. So it didn't make a difference. It's funny, I got rejected by a few record companies, and then finally got picked up by this record label called Vista, which is a great record label. And they only do music in Spanish, but they're based in the U.S. And nothing. I packed up my bags, I left to Toronto, Canada. I worked there in the studio. I went there because I knew nobody there, and I knew I could just concentrate on my music and my work. And I just released my first album, September 95.
You said somewhere, and I don't know what you meant, you said somewhere that you know you're not the most talented singer, but there's a whole lot more to being a singer.
I think there's a difference between being a singer and an artist.
Yeah.
It's two different things, you know? Great singers, there's so many good singers everywhere, but there's not great artists everywhere. You know, I just separate that so much. It doesn't depend on a voice. It depends on being original and being unique, and being able to communicate.
And the way you express whatever it is.
Yeah, the way you express yourself, and the way people actually listen to your music.
What do you think works for you?
I think it all comes down to a song. It all comes down to a song.
To a song?
To a song, to one single song.
Really?
Yeah, I really think so.
In other words, at some point you have to have a song that is you to get a career started, or?
Yeah. Yes, I definitely think so. I think if you don't have a song, you don't have a career.
So if I look
even when it comes down to an album, because when it comes down to an album, you're actually promoting one song, one single. So it all depends on that single and that song.
Yeah. So if I look at you or Ricky Martin or Mark Anthony or a whole lot of other singers that are not Latin, I could probably find one song that sort of blasted through for them, or people way back in my generation, like James Taylor and people like that.
Some you can find one, some two, some three. The ones that have the most songs are the ones that have the longest careers, or the best careers.
How do you keep the songs coming? Are you writing for yourself at this point?
A lot of it, like 50, 60% of it. That's how I first started. I don't know, you write and
you
whatever.
take time off to write?
I used to write so much when I was like 14, 15, 16, 17. I used to write every single day, so many songs. Now I don't have that much time, but I just write music. I write music that makes me happy. If what makes me happy is what makes my audience happy, that's when it explodes.
Do you find that there are people that understand your sensitivities, that people that, have you found writers that are right for you?
Yes,
Songwriters?
Definitely, yeah. And there's people that, and it's hard for people to understand your music, but when you find that connection, you shouldn't lose it.
All right, so Be With You who is you?
I hate saying who I write my songs to. I never say who I write my songs to.
So, but this is a woman in your life?
Yeah,
or this was a girlfriend
whenever
at the time,
I write a song, I think about someone real.
And when did you write this?
I wrote that, I think it was in September.
September of last year?
August, yeah.
Are you still with her?
I wasn't with her then.
All right, roll tape. I think this is maybe very well a CD of this song. Is it?
Let's Be With You. That's a video.
Let's go. Boy, did I pick the right one. Go.
Yeah.
Monday night, and I feel so low. I count the hours, but they go so slow. I know the sound of your voice can save my soul. City lights and streets of gold. Look out my window to the world below. Move so fast, but it feels so cold, and I'm all alone. But don't let me die, I'm losing my mind. Baby, just give me a sign. And now that you're gone, I just wanna be with you. And I can't go on. I wanna be with you. Wanna be with you.
So there it is.
There it is.
When you go on tour, what's tour like for you? Is it a performance in a different city every night?
Yes, it's a performance in a different city every night. But that's when you know it's all worth it. I mean, I love touring. I love being on stage with my band and performing for my audience. I love doing that. I hate promo tours in a way that you go to a country, you're not touring, but you got to wake up early and you got to do TV. You got to, not that this, not to make this sound bad.
Go ahead. But
you got to do TV.
Was this painful for you to come here?
It was a little painful, but they brought TV, radio, and all that. But it can get a little tiring because it's always the same interview. It's always the same questions.
Yeah.
Not that your questions are the same.
No, they're not.
They're very different.
Where are you stretching yourself? I mean, here is this wonderful time in your life.
I just
for all the albums, platinum, gold, whatever they are, for this new album and the tour that's coming up. I mean, it's got to be a great time. But are you conscious of stretching yourself, in a sense, reaching out and, sort of, as they used to say, pushing the edges of the envelope?
Yes, I think I am, but I don't want to set any goals. Yeah. I just want to take it as far as possible. I think that I still think I have so much music in me that I haven't expressed. I still think my career, I've only accomplished 10% of my career. I still feel like I'm,
I would hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm 24. But I've been doing this for 5 years. You think about it, 5 years. Like I said before, 5 years in the entertainment business or the music world or the music business it's a lot of time.
So you're off to tour when?
Hopefully, I'll start a tour in the U.S.
Fall?
September.
Yeah. You stay in Miami because you grew up in Miami
Yes.
because it's a center of the Latin American culture in America.
No, I just stay in Miami because I grew up in Miami and I love waking up and being able to go to the beach. And, it just relaxes me mentally and physically so much.
How do you love touring?
I like touring.
Yeah. How about
Not too long, okay? Not
Yeah.
like a 1 year tour,
Yeah.
like a 6-month tour.
Yeah. It is amazing about Springsteen. I mean, this tour that he's done. It's almost like.
Are you a Bruce Springsteen fan?
Oh man, yeah.
I think everyone is.
Yeah, I do too.
I have a Bruce Springsteen song on my album.
I know you do.
Called Sad Eyes.
Yeah. Of all the people who've been on this program, I'd probably get more questions, more people commenting on an hour with him than almost anyone else. Period.
Yeah, he's probably has so many stories.
Part of that's because he's not seen very often on any television, I think. I think that's part of it. And also it is because, he's an icon and a legend.
He's a legend. He's definitely a legend. He's you know what? For me, when I came to America, he was like the American dream. He was. He was like the American dream. He was like the perfect American singer. That's what he was. It was Bruce Springsteen, And I remember going to the Born in the USA tour and I was flipped out. I was like, this is amazing.
This is amazing.
You know,
this is the way it
amazing.
ought to be.
Yeah.
Here's somebody who is, in a sense, It's the famous quote that I think John Landau said, "I've seen the future of rock and roll," and it's Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
A great quote.
And what's amazing about him, he doesn't need any lights. He doesn't need any paraphernalia. He doesn't need any of those. On stage, it's just him, and he can rock.
Mm. You and Ricky Martin, friends?
Yeah, I know.
Competitors?
No, not competitors, not at all.
Not at all?
No. I think it's good. He's done, what he's accomplished is amazing. He's so talented, he's so gifted, and he's such a hardworking guy.
And how are you alike and how are you different?
Well, I think we're very different. I mean, we're alike because we share the same job.
Right, you're singers.
But we're,
You're entertainers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're singers, entertainers, singers.
Yeah, right.
Entertainers sound like we're...
I know it does, but in a sense you are because of the nature of,
But we're very different when it comes down to musical style. You got to remember, a lot of people, I think there's a lot of ignorance when it comes down to Latino. People,
I do too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
People think Latino, like the other day I was in a plane and this lady goes, "Oh, Latino, I love samba." And I was thinking, okay, you like samba, so what does that have to do with me? That's Brazilian.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's great, but when you talk about Latino, there's Mexican culture, there's Brazilian culture, there's Puerto Rican, there's Cuban culture. Yeah. There's Spanish culture, and they're all completely different. We share the same language, but musically and in many other ways, we're completely different.
Have you seen the documentary about the Buena Vista group?
Yes.
It's great, isn't
it?
Don't you love it?
Me? I met them the other day. They're and you know what? I was really a big fan till I saw that documentary.
Yeah. You were not a big fan of the music until you saw the documentary?
No, until I saw the documentary.
Yeah. I mean, it's just amazing. What's amazing about it to me, it just shows you, it shows you what culture means to a people. It shows you what their own music means to them. And it shows you how even though it lives in the hearts of...
Yes, and not even the culture. It shows you the love for music.
Yeah.
I don't even look at it like saying, okay, well, that's a Cuban culture. It's an amazing culture, but just the love for music, and music is music, and you can't really say, okay, that music is music, and it's for everyone.
Other than the United States, where are you the most popular?
In my house. I'm very popular.
You're big
there.
in Miami, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now, is your house next door to your dad's, or somewhere else in some other part of Miami?
Yes. I think I've done pretty well with this album in many places. It's been pretty well.
But it's popular in Europe?
Yeah, it's doing very well in Europe.
How about
actually.
Japan?
Japan, I just came back from Japan.
And how was that?
In Japan. It's doing good.
They know who you are over there?
Yeah, little by little, yes. But a place where I started, when I say I had a 5-year career, I used to have I had 3 Spanish albums before, and I'm never going to stop doing Spanish. But I started in Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico was amazing. The Mexican people, I love the Mexican people. I feel Mexican in so many ways. My career started there, and hopefully it will finish there. And
what does that mean? Hopefully
we'll finish there. Well, the day, hopefully, that
your last song.
My last song will be Mexico. The last album I sell will be Mexico. I love Mexican people, and they're they just embraced me so well since the beginning of my career.
It's good to have you here. Again, the album is Enrique Iglesias. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.